Good afternoon, East Texas. I'm Brandon Davidson, social media coordinator at the Tyler paper, and joining me is Stewart Smith, entertainment editor at the paper. We just found out that Roger Ebert has died at the age of 70, film editor for the Chicago Sun-Times. Stewart, what are you thinking?
For me, this is pretty much the end of an era as far as film criticism goes. I mean, Ebert is, for lack of a better way of putting it, the last part of an old guard of film criticism of critics like Pauline Kael and other such writers. You know, I'm almost kind of at a loss for words, because I mean this really is. Ebert was he was a titan of writing, of art criticism. You know, if you were in the business of writing about movies in any way, there's no way that you weren't in some way influenced by him or felt the effects of who he was and his personality and his approach to writing and film criticism. There's just so much that he contributed to this whole area that just simply cannot be understated.
I know that his work was important to you. How did his work inform what it is you do?
You know, I have been reading his reviews for so many years. You know, I can't remember a time when I wasn't both interested in film and not reading his stuff. I mean, they've always just kind of gone together. And you know, while his writing style wasn't necessarily much of an influence, it was his philosophy about film criticism and the way to approach movies that was always so important to me. I think the biggest contribution that he may have given, you know, to film critics is his ability to appreciate a movie for what it was on its own terms, and you know, to approach each movie, you know, by itself, and to really kind of, you know, try and figure out what makes it work, what doesn't work, and why that is, and appreciate it for what it was doing. You know, the one maxim that he always touted that really has informed pretty much precisely how I go about watching movies and appreciating movies and writing about them, especially, is you know, he always said it's not what a movie is about, it's how it's about it that is the most important, and that really is true. I mean, you know, keeping that in mind, and just every time I watch a movie it essentially changed the way that I watched film and wrote about it. You know, he popularized film criticism in a way that nobody else really ever had, especially when he and Gene Siskel, you know, had their television show together. I mean, that brought film criticism to the masses. I mean, who doesn't say, you know, 2 thumbs up now? Yeah. I mean, it's ubiquitous.
Sure.
I mean, it's one of those things. It is an established part of pop culture that he brought to us, and there was just an attitude about the way he went about his work that was so unique to what he did. And it was especially interesting, you know, watching him transition over the last few years, you know, as he battled with cancer and things like that. And he went from, you know, just being, you know, a prolific writer of film to just a prolific writer. You know, if you followed his blog over the last 5 or 6 years, I mean, it was amazing the stuff that he would write about and the insights that he would provide, and the way that he would, you know, just push discussion and open discussion about anything. I mean, he had one of the most amazing discussion threads about creationism versus evolution on his blog that was filled with some of the most intelligent discussion on the subject that I've ever seen. And this is from a movie critic. You know, he showed more than anything that it's your passion that matters, and going about your passion intelligently is what will be the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, be sure to check out the April 5th issue of the Morning Telegraph for Stewart Smith's full write-up.